This is Eddie Clone, EC Details back from another episode. This one is one of those that I've been waiting to make. First, I want to shout out Jason, Carlos, Chelsea, Ivan. I want to shout out Reggie for coming together to make this video possible. What's the difference between this and the other one? These are real pros that are in the muck of it. They started a business, they've been in business for a long time, and they have some of the best advice that I've seen, and they help me grow as a detailer as well. So I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned until the end of it. And then if you want to support them, all the links in the description below this video helps them. So points to Car Supplies Warehouse, Chelsea's affiliates, points Carlos didn't have any, so I'm putting those to Car Supplies Warehouse, and then Ivan, of course, DIY Details. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and see you next time.
Hello, my friends. My name is Jason. I've been a professional detailer for the past 21 years. I've owned and operated several different shops within the past 21 years. I know I'm old. I have learned so much. So for the next few minutes, I want to share some advice to you. Rapid fire style. Let's go. Get really good at the basics, no matter how small it seems. This is detailing. Every little thing matters. Even if the customer doesn't even realize why the car looks so good, why it looks so different from what everybody else does out there. Take your time on even the littlest job because it matters so much. Look at this tire. It is perfectly shined, even, there's no splotchiness. All that little stuff adds up to a really, really good final product. Invest in quality products and tools. While cheap products will save you money in the short term, good products are designed to save you time and give you a better quality result. These are a couple of the carts that we've made for each of the services that we do. We keep everything really nice and close to us. You'd be amazed on how much time you will lose by looking for a product or tool. So count your steps, even record yourself to figure out where you can be more efficient. New products are coming out all the time. One of my new favorites is Armor Detail. So keep up with the industry. You can do that by watching YouTubers like Eddie. Relationships are the key to everything. So deliver extraordinary customer service to your customers. Work on your listening skills. Yes, listening is a skill that can be worked on, you can improve on it. So listen to your family, your wife, your daughter, your kids, your employees, whoever it is, work on it and be a better listener. It goes a long way. Stay away from Ceramic Pro. Always be learning. Go to training events. Go to lots of training events. There's always something there that you'll be able to take away from any training event. And the best thing about training events that I like is the networking. Meeting people, building relationships, because those are the people that you're going to be able to call upon when you need them. You can spend 20 or 30 hours on paint correction, making sure it's absolutely perfect. But if you don't take your time doing the glass and you miss a spot, your customer's going to leave your parking lot thinking you did a bad job. Time management. Take all the tasks, priorities, everything that you have to or should be doing, and then put them on a piece of paper. And then take all those tasks and figure out which ones are gonna move the needle most for you and then put them on top. And then next to them, label how long it's going to take to complete. And that's how you're gonna figure out what you're gonna do. The tasks at the top that take the least amount of time, that's where your focus is gonna be. Know your freaking numbers. It's 2024. There are so many different pieces of software out there to help you manage your expenses and your revenue. If you don't like doing it, hire an accountant, hire a bookkeeper. It's not that expensive. Data equals good decisions. Without the data, you're guessing. And when you're guessing, you're probably going to end up out of business. This is one that I'm working on. It's celebrating the wins, even if it's extremely small. It's about the journey. It's about the experience going through it. So celebrate everything with your employees, your spouse, your friends. Just share it all and have fun. Lastly, be prepared for the worst because problems are unavoidable. It's a part of life and it's a part of business. So whether it's a bad employee, a bad customer, a bad business partner, you damage a car, health issues, failures are an opportunity to learn. And the people that are most successful in this industry are not always the smartest or the ones with the most money. They're the ones who refuse to give up. They're the ones who are willing to accept their failures and learn from their mistakes and not quit.
What's going on, guys? God bless you. Carlos here with Serrano's Mobile Detail in Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Shout out to Eddie as well for giving me the opportunity to showcase to you guys what Serrano's Mobile carries when he does interior details. Little backstory about me is I've been in this field for just over probably 23 years in total, right? But interior detailing is my forte. This is what I specialize. This is what I am known for, right? Is interior details. When it comes to doing interiors, right? It has become one of those things of it's a love and hate relationship, right? But if maybe you've been struggling, you've been looking for some products to maybe up your game, change your game a little bit, hey, this video might suit you. So we're gonna start with our plastics, leather, vinyl cleaner, spot cleaner, all around cleaner. You guys already know it. And if you don't know it, it's called Serrano sauce. My favorite cleaner for the past, we're going about 4 years with this product, is Super Clean. It is a readily available product that you can get at your local Walmart, O'Reilly's for very cheap. This gallon here will last you a long route. This is an all-purpose cleaner that you can use on your tires, you can use on your wheels, you can use as a bug spray. You can use it as a pre-wash. There's endless uses to this product when you dilute it correctly, right? But for my interiors, I love to use it 30-1 with 8 drops of Dawn dish soap. I know, let the haters hate. But this product here is gonna get the job done. I have used this for so many years, and I promise you, I have had 0 issues. This product here is diluted again, and it's gonna clean your plastics really well. It's gonna remove a lot of that grime really well, and it's gonna leave that softness behind. When you add that Dawn dish soap, it's gonna leave some softness behind, right? And it adds that extra of cutting power to the interior, right? Now, take it as you want it, but I love Serrano sauce. I believe on it. I believe in it for all these years I've been using it, right? Next up, what we use for our upholstery. When it comes to upholstery cleaning, guys, I started with Resolve, which was very inexpensive as well. And then I was looking for something better, something that was gonna get the job done on these hammered interiors I was doing, right? Which led me to, which shout out to Nick McGurk. He's the one that kind of showcased these products a lot. And then I bought them. And honestly, this has been the best investment, right? Each gallon here, you're looking at $50 each one. So about $100 plus tax of an investment. But honestly, these products go a long way. For your pre-spray, right? For your initial cutting, right? You're gonna go with Flex BioBreak, which is right here. And this one here is an amazing product. Spray it, let it dwell, agitate, and then you're gonna come back with your extractor, and then you're gonna neutralize that product, right? You can also use it as a dry upholstery method with your steamer. I have had no issues with it, right? You just have to play with it. But these are preferably used out of your extractor. This is the method you want to use it with, right? But you can also use it in a dry upholstery method, and you're gonna do really, really well, right? So Flex product line is by far, for me, the GOAT. It's the best products out in the market that is gonna get the job done for you when it comes to upholstery cleaning, your carpet cleaning, even headliner cleaning. I've used these as well, right? So once we finish cleaning the whole interior, right, now it's time to condition. When it comes to conditioning, guys, my favorite product is going to be by Drive Auto Appearance. It's their Luxe Cockpit Conditioner. If you guys have been following my channel, if you've never seen my channel, you guys know that I was Aqua Gloss, right? And it's great, but I was always looking for something better, right? Yeah, this could be a little bit more, but the results and the quality and the finish it gives me, it pays for itself, right? I used to apply with a sponge, right, with an applicator, foam applicator on all the plastics. That started taking a little bit of my time, and I was like, you know what, I want something quicker. What can I do? After watching a couple videos of different detailers and stuff, I said, you know what, let me try it. And for about, we're going around like 5 years, I think, that we've been using the paint gun method, right? This is a method that is hated by the professionals, but for us detailers who are actually out here working every day, it's a lifesaver, right? So I use the paint gun method because one, there is no spilling. Two, there is no having to apply it by hand, and it self blends pretty much. So what used to take me about 5 minutes, 4 minutes to, take my time and condition everything well, now it literally takes probably 1 minute and you're done. So these are the products that I love to use every day in my field. This is something you'll see in all my videos, because we're not going to be hiding really anything. So again, when it comes to interior details, guys, this is what Serrano's Mobile uses on the daily. So as always, thank you for watching this video. God bless you guys.
Hey Eddie, thanks for having me on the Keep It Real podcast. You asked me a couple things. One is, what is a chemical or a trick that people should be doing with their chemicals? That trick is use less and try to really narrow down your chemicals to what you like to use and what you want to use, and not having a selection of chemicals. So like yourself, when we look at your garage, you have just about every rinseless wash known to man. You have just about every polish and compound known to man. If you're doing this professionally, you want to reduce that the least amount possible, especially if you have employees. Employees do not want to make decisions. That's why they're an employee. They're not there to make decisions. They're not there to second guess what you're doing. So if you tell your employee to put a wax on a car, you should only have one wax available to them, whether you be mobile or whether you be in a shop. That is a very important part of it. The less decisions your employees need to make, the happier they will be, and the happier you will be with the results as well. In reducing the amount of chemicals you have, it also reduces your inventory costs. It reduces possibilities for error as well, because now you have a lot less things for your employees to deal with. As the business tip goes, Eddie, one very simple one. Stop being a detailer, start being an entrepreneur. May sound easy, but for a lot of people it's difficult. We focus on the technician's aspect of detailing. We focus on being a better detailer, doing better paint corrections, on being the best at this and the best at that. What you really need to be is the best at running your business, the best at offering customer service and working for your customers, not for you, not for your ego, not what other detailers online want, but what your customers want, what they need, and what you're providing them. We need to provide exceptional customer service to survive in this industry. Now, you can be the best paint correction specialist in the world. If you don't have any customers, it's not going to help you. And if you don't treat those customers like they want to be treated, again, it's not going to help you. You're not going to be in business too long. We need, as detailers, to focus on customer service. We need to focus on the customer experience, and we need to focus on running a business, not being the best detailer around. Unfortunately, you might be the best detailer in the world. The person that has almost zero experience can set up a shop beside yours, and if they're providing better customer service than you, they'll get more customers and they'll be in business longer. It is a business. We need to be profitable, and profit should not be a bad word in this industry. It should be a great word. Free is the bad word. But don't give away anything for free. Free has no value. You need to make profits. Profits are part of exceptional customer service. If you are not profitable, you will not be able to serve your customers when they need you a second time. So you need to maintain profitability. The other aspect of exceptional customer service, and you've probably heard me say this one before, answer your phone. Too many detailers do not answer their phones. Many detailers have the same response after they've taken coaching or whatever, and they start answering their phones. They realize that their customers are telling them, hey, you're the third one I've called, you're the first one that answers their phone. Guess what? The one that answers the phone gets the business. Customer will stop calling around once they get someone to answer the phone. And if you have a voice message, make sure, A, it's professional, B, that you call the customer back as soon as possible. Don't just let stuff go to voicemail, I'll get it at the end of the day. No. Treat your phone like an extension of yourself. You need to answer it when it rings. And the old excuse of, well, I'm busy doing something else. If you don't answer your phone, you may not have something else to do the next day. You need to answer your phone, and if you can't do it or don't want to do it, hire someone that can. The other little business aspect that comes into customer service is being booked out. Many detailers are very, very proud to say, hey, I'm booked out 3 weeks, or I'm booked out 6 weeks. It should be the other way around. You should be sad to say you're booked out 3 weeks, and you should be frustrated and angry with yourself if you're booked out 6 weeks. Your customers want their job done now. When they're coming to you, it's because they're shopping, and they're shopping to get the job done now. Not in 6 weeks, not in 3 weeks, not in a month. They want it done now. It would be like going to a restaurant, sitting down, being offered the drink, looking through the menu, ordering your food and saying, great, now that we've decided on what you're going to eat, you can come back in 3 weeks. No, you don't want that happening at a restaurant. You don't want that happening to you when you're going to a detailer as well. You should be there for customer service. And for mobile detailers, even more important, you're providing a service that needs to be on point. It needs to be ready. And for mobile detailers, when you show up, please look professional. Make sure your vehicle is clean. Make sure you look clean. You're wearing proper attire, not just for detailing, but for business. Again, you're running a business. This isn't a hobby. And the final part of customer service is pricing. You need to price yourself so that customers respect you. You don't need to be the lowest one in the market, and that's often the worst position to be in. Even if you're starting out, you've never detailed before, you don't want to be the lowest price, because you will take more time than the other person to do the job since you haven't built in efficiencies. So you need to price your services equal to what else is on the market in your area. And don't just look at the low ballers. Don't just look on Facebook. Check out what's the best shop in your area. Who's the best mobile detailer in your area? Figure out what they're pricing and maybe increase it a little bit. You never know. When people say, oh, in my area, people will never pay that price, I'm sorry, they will. You just need to ask for it. And not asking for it is your fault, not your customer's fault. So once again, Eddie, thanks for the opportunity and keep it real.
Hey Eddie, thanks for having me on your channel. So you asked me the question, what are some of my favorite go-to products for interior detailing? And I'm gonna kind of look specifically at the area of carpet cleaning because I know that that's an area where a lot of people struggle. When it comes to understanding the products that you're working with, you need to understand a little bit of chemistry. You can't just grab a product off of the shelf and just expect it to work every single time. And for those that might be new to detailing, here's just a quick cheat sheet on some of the more popular stains that we have to encounter to know how to treat them. Acid stains are treated with an alkaline and vice versa, because the goal is to try to neutralize the surface so that way we have nice fluffy fibers and we help prevent resoiling and wicking afterwards. There's kind of 4 components that I think are very critical in order to get good results. First one is going to be agitation, and you're going to actually want to agitate when you vacuum and when you extract. You want to remove as much of the loose soiling as possible during your vacuum step before you introduce any sort of moisture. And knowing which brushes to recommend for which surfaces, a lot of that comes with experience. I'm going to put down below in the video description some of my favorite brushes for interior detailing. Obviously, common sense needs to rule. You don't use a super stiff brush on a delicate surface like Alcantara or thin carpets. You don't want to burn it or scorch it. But obviously, stiff brushes are going to be your best friend when you've got caked on dirt, things like that. Obviously, pet hair brushes, etc. So for vacuuming, I will use something like this. This is the DeWalt Stelsonic. This is very quiet, large capacity. Love using this. Or I'll use a fan favorite like this. This is a Ridgid 4-gallon, 5 horsepower wet vac. But you just need something with really good horsepower because that's going to give you your suction. Beyond just vacuuming up all the loose soil, you need to find a way to extract it out of your carpets and seats. This is the Mighty Light 8070 heated extractor. Personally, I purchased this about 2 years ago, and I'll be honest with you guys, I don't use it as often as I thought I would. 9 times out of 10, I use my Aqua Pro-Vec. This is like $550. This is a great unit for beginners and professional detailers. Like you can see, it's compact. I actually store it right up here on my shelf. You can put cold or hot water in it, so it's diverse. And what I like about it, everything is just lightweight and easy for me to use. I purchased this about 4 years ago, and I'll be honest with you guys, it was one of the best investments that I have made for my detailing business because I have made so much money back time and time again with this tool. And that leads us to the fourth and most important component to interior detailing, and that's the chemicals that you're using. Sometimes using the wrong chemical can be more devastating to the results that you're looking for. It can set stains, it can burn plastics. So you need to be aware of how to use your chemicals and how to use them safely. For me, some of the chemicals that I have found that work really well without damaging interiors and that are affordable, we're gonna kind of start off with most affordable and work our way up. First, we have Superior Products. There's Zap It and their heavy duty enzyme cleaner. Superior Products makes very affordable products that are extremely effective. If you live near an O'Reilly's, you can go into their store and pick them up in person. These are ready to use formulas. You have to kind of mix them up a little bit to give that cloudy appearance. Nice citrus scent. I would say you Zap It in like light to mild interiors, kind of your average condition daily driver. 9 times out of 10, this is all you're going to need. It's not a really high foaming product. It rinses very quickly and easily, so you don't have to chase a lot of residue. But maybe you have some pet stains or some smoke stains. This product is gonna work really, really well. Again, very affordable, ready to use. Just give it a good mix. Now, for those of you that are looking for headliner cleaning or maybe bonnet cleaning, if you have suede or Alcantara seats, issues where you might have wicking from deep stains in the seats, you can use something like Awesome NCAP. You can see we have a lot of different dilution ratios here on the back. It will help crystallize the dirt so you can bonnet clean. Every time you vacuum, it'll just kind of remove some of that crystallized dirt and brighten the carpet. So for those of you that enjoy bonnet cleaning and want something that's really affordable, we have Awesome NCAP. So next up, we have the Bridgepoint system. Now this is actually a powder, and they have their BioBreak with Citrusolve. They also have their Flex powder with Citrusolve. This is a little bit of a higher pH than the BioBreak. And then what you would put in your rinse water is their Flex Ice. This is actually an acid rinse. This is going to help prevent resoiling and wicking, but you can see it's actually a powder that you would mix up in your hot water. You can spray with this chemical in a pump sprayer. For those of you that you have heavy amounts of dirt, that you're looking for kind of a cleaner in bulk, this is what I would recommend. Very affordable. You can pick this up off of Amazon. You would put 1 scoop of this in your rinse water and 1 scoop of this in hot water with your pump sprayer. Just spray it down. For those that have heavy soiling, this is a great option if you want to buy in bulk. If you're a professional detailer looking for something that is going to be more economical but still work. But for those of you that sometimes you don't want to miss with these multi-step systems and you're looking for something more professional grade, something that's going to work quick, has nice foam, nice lift to the dirt, and sometimes that's a critical element. If you have something that's low foam, that foam isn't going to help lift the dirt to the surface so you can extract it away. So you want something that's going to have a little bit of that foaming capabilities, but not to the point where you're just chasing tons and tons of residue. So for those of you that are maybe looking for something a little bit more professional grade, that's where we have the Bonnet Pro Rocket Revive It. And then we also have their Surround Omega Citrus. They also have their Omega Zyme. These are probably my go-to products when I have scenarios where I don't really want to have to spend a lot of time with a 2-step system. I just want to spray, agitate, and extract. I'm going to get phenomenal results. A lot of times I will use something like these for maybe tan or gray interiors where I know I've got heavy soils and I just want to quickly get through the dirt. So a couple of different options based on the scenario that I'm working on. It's not one size fits all, but hopefully that can help some of you guys out with troubleshooting some of the issues that we could have with interior detailing. But just make sure you understand your chemicals, how to use them, do some research, go online, discover what stains need what chemical pH levels in order to combat them. That's really going to help give you a foot forward in getting great results on interiors for your customers. So thank you, Eddie, for having me on your channel. Hopefully this makes sense to some of you guys. If you have questions, let me know in the comment section down below. And we'd also love to see you over on our channel, Attention to Details with Chelsea, where I share with you guys tips and tricks on how I transform my customers' vehicles. But we'll see you guys.
What's up, everybody? Eddie, thank you so much for the invitation to share some words about the history, where I started detailing, and some tips and tricks. Now I'm going to skip the history because we started similar ways. We fell in love, we got hooked, we got an addiction, or we just wanted to become something like a detailer or anything in like that range. But I will share some of the things that I have been struggling or still am struggling with after 24, 25 years. And the first is mostly for the professionals. If you are a commercial detailer or a professional detailer or asking money for your details, one of the biggest things that I had issues with is the hunt for perfection. When you are a commercial detailer, professional detailer, you need to have a budget from the customer and you need to have some time to fulfill this budget and to get to that desired result from the customer. Now that is one of the biggest things. I'll give you an example. So I give a guy a quotation for single stage polish with some protection. We'll leave in the middle what that should be. And during that operation, I find that on the left fender, I find a big scratch. That scratch was not in the quotation. It's just a one step. So the best thing I can do is remove some swirls, get a perfect finish, and then hope that the desired result will satisfy the customer for the money he's paying. That little scratch on the fender is still haunting me when I'm going around the car polishing again. And I'll tell you honestly that in the end of the detail, even though it's not in the quotation, I am going to go for that scratch. I'm going to remove that scratch because my perfectionism inside of me is troubling me. If you are a professional detailer, you cannot be a perfectionist because the definition of a perfectionist means that you have all the time, all the equipment and all the money in the world to perform that task. Now, just like me, I don't have everything. I don't have all the tools. I started with a rotary, 15 millimeter orbital and a 3-inch. That are the only 3 machines I have had for the majority of my detailing career. That hunt for perfection is something that is going to bother you and get you inside of your commercial troubles because you're still hunting for a certain amount of perfection that you are going to get for the certain amount of money. And this is one of the most difficult things. My tip to you is to become an optimalist. That means that you have to accept that with the equipment, time and money you have at hand, you can get to a certain result. But that is the limit. It will never be perfect. It will never be perfect because you don't have that time, you don't have that money, and you don't have that equipment. So that speaks for the majority of us. And if you have a professional detailing business, the only thing you need to do is satisfy the customer. That is the only thing. Just give the customer what he wants. Don't force him 3-stage polishing, 16 years of ceramic coating, 15 layers or whatever. Listen to what he wants. If he just wants a little bit of gloss, then give him that gloss. If you want to upsell with that gloss with some protection, that's of course fine. But focus on the desired result for your customer. Always overachieve him. Make sure that you always go above that what he is expecting. Now, I cannot give you a tip how to get to that, but I can tell you that at the end, it's the contract between 2 people, the detailer and the customer. The customer needs to be happy with the result he got for the money he paid, and the detailer needs to be happy for the money he got for the work he did. If those 2 people are satisfied about what the detail looks like, regardless if there's still swirls, regardless if there's still holograms, regardless if there is anything inside what other detailers might think is not the right way. Because when you are a commercial detailer, you are in the service business. Service your customer. Give him what he wants. And my chance, if you are lucky, you can upsell and give him something extra. But focus on being faster. That comes my next tip. Then comes the hunt for products. The best product, the best machine, I don't know what else. It's one of the greatest discussions I can follow online. People bickering about which machine should be better. Well, this is the same debate that you can say which car is better. You can say that a car is very good if you know how to drive it. So if you don't know how to polish, you are not the person that is allowed to say that it's a good or bad machine. That means also then when you are using chemicals and the success of that product is in the hands of the user. If you start abusing the product or start deviating from the instructions from the manufacturer or doing something completely regardlessly that is even mentioning on the bottle, you will not have success. So the hunt for a product is non-existent. Become a better detailer. Become faster at what you do. If you do something many times after each other, you will gradually see that the process will be sped up significantly. When you save time as a detailer, you are making money. That means that if you can do the job when you start at 8 hours and you manage to do that after 10, 12 times, to reduce that to 4 hours, you just won 4 hours. You never have to give a quotation based out of hours. You give a quotation based out of result. The customer doesn't care that you spend 25 hours. That is your challenge. It's your challenge to make sure that you get to that desired result from the customer in the fast, most effective way with respect for the car, the person, and the environment. That said, I would say keep detailing. Oh, another one, and this is going to point to me as well. Never ever take chemical advice from a chemist or from a non-chemist. So a detailer like me is not allowed to give you chemical advice. I can give you instructions, I can help you, I can give you experiences, but I should shut up about chemicals because I have no idea what this is. And the biggest one, it's the biggest misconception that we have in the detailing industry, something that you can find in the first sentence when you put it in Google. What is pH? Now I'll give a very short summary of what it actually is and double check because detailer, not a chemist, findable on Google. The pH stands for the power of hydrogen, meaning it is measuring the amount of hydrogen ions in a solution. Positive ions, negative ions, alkaline versus acid. No pH level gives you the information if a product is caustic or corrosive. The only thing a pH level says is how alkaline or acid. That doesn't mean that a pH of 4 cannot be corrosive or a pH of 6 cannot be corrosive. Corrosiveness with acids and causticity with alkalines are measured through completely different tests. You can find these tests on the ASTM list or the DIN list or the ISO list. Those will give you the parameters how to measure causticity. So if somebody throws pH levels at your face, the only information you can take from something like this is that it's an alkaline or neutral or an acid solution. Not strong, potent, corrosive, biting, eating through the surface. That is not what a pH level is for. It's simply a measurement scale to give you the information if it's an acid or an alkaline. I think I already rambled on for 7 minutes. I'm gonna give room for the next detailer, next YouTube content creator. Thank you guys for watching. Eddie, thanks again for the invitation. See you guys soon.
If you made it through the video and you made it this far, don't leave yet. First of all, I want to thank all 4 of them for putting together their videos and coming together to make this one. This is one I've been looking forward to. First of all, Jason Otterness, thank you so much for taking the time to make your video. Everyone, if you're watching this, everything that he used and discussed points directly to Car Supplies Warehouse and links in the description below. Also, if you're in the industry or you're starting out and you're looking for discounts or looking for better shipping rates, he does offer that as part of his DetailWise kit program. You spend $50 a month, you get free shipping, you get crazy discounts on products, and the free shipping doesn't change. So links in the description below regarding DetailWise as well. Again, that helps Jason and Car Supplies Warehouse. They are amazing. Then I want to thank Carlos Serrano. Man, thank you so much for taking the time to make that video. That was pretty cool to see. Also, with that said, he didn't have any links, so I'm going to point everything that he used back to the Car Supplies Warehouse in this video that you can find there. Chelsea, thank you so much, Chelsea, for taking the time to make that video. I know it was a lot of work. I could just tell by the way you edited it. It was pretty awesome to see detailers go to work on cars that are gnarly. So everything she used helps her and her channel. So if you'll please hit those links to support her, that would be great. And Ivan LaCroix, I appreciate you so much for taking the time to tell us the way of the business. And those links are in, again, going to DIY Detail, supporting him in his business venture. With that said, I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate everyone who supports the channel. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're road to 7,000. Again, we're doing big giveaways for 7,000. And I appreciate everyone for staying tuned. You take care, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.